I'll never look old. I want to get a tattoo of my face on my face, but it'll be a younger version of my face so I don't ever have to get plastic surgery. Now, I know you got questions. You got a few of them. All right? So let me explain what's going on here, and I'm going to tell you why I haven't been around for a while. And just in case you haven't seen me before, I make notes, right? But I finally started typing them up. And the reason I started typing them up is, I mean, could you actually read my handwriting? I can't. But anyway, so now my notes are typed up. I got an old typewriter from the 1950s, you know, one the government can't track because, you know, the government's always looking for me. But anyway, so I got my notes because I've had bad memory problems. And I've said that in the past, but I haven't done one of these videos in a long time, so maybe you didn't know who I was. But anyway, I want to explain why I haven't done these videos for a year now. You see, I was communicating with a friend of mine. Excuse me, that's coming down. You can't see my nose. All right, so I was communicating with a friend of mine through carrier pigeon, and oh crap, that means I was using a government drone and they know where I live again. Shit. Okay, anyway, we did that, and he told me the government can track me through my computer. Right through my computer. And they track you by using the internet. Because, you know, you have an IP address. And I was so foolish, I didn't even realize that the government can find me by using the IP address in my computer. So what I decided to do was I severed my connection to the internet. That's right. I completely severed it. And instead, I'm stealing my next door neighbor's Wi-Fi because that's what grown-ups do. So to look younger, I don't need any fancy moisturizers. I don't need one at all. Or I don't even drink water. Hell, I'll never touch water. I don't need to. All I ever drink is coffee and vodka. And you want to wonder why would I replace a moisturizer with coffee and vodka? Well, here's the thing. Did you know vodka is 60% water? That's right. So I'm hydrating while getting drunk. Getting drunk and hydrating. It's a perfect balance for my lifestyle, which means alcohol is a natural moisturizer for your skin. And you might also think, well, don't you do anything else but drink vodka and some coffee? Well, yes, I do. And I'm going to tell you, just before I go to bed, I like to take the sweet thing of country crock, and I'm not really sure if it's, I think it's margarine, all right? And I like to spread it all over my body and get it into my pores. And then I go to bed, and it also keeps the sheets nice and soft. And what I like to do is I take that right there, you see that right there, and I just smear it all over my face. And then I put it on my body, and I put it here, and I go as far as my back as I can, and I put a little bit on my belly button, and it keeps my pores breathing nice and fresh and moisturizes me at the same time. Now, don't think I don't take care of myself. I do. Like, for example, I have never, ever gotten the flu shot. Why would I get a shot that gives me the dead flu virus when I already get the flu every year and it's alive? From like November to February, I just constantly got the flu. So I don't need the government to give me a flu shot, give me those dead little viruses. I get the live ones all the time, every year without fail. And that's healthy. I'm telling you, it's healthy. So the other thing I do is the other thing I do to kind of stay young and beautiful, and I know you look at me looking down, but I said I got memory problems, so don't make fun of me. I'm just a man living my life in hiding. So anyway, I'm joking. So anyway, one of the things I do in order to stay looking young and beautiful is, you know, they tell you should do yoga and meditation, right? That's one of the advices you get. Go do some yoga, do some meditation, and you'll be good. And I know that might sound good on the surface, all right? On the surface, that does sound good. You see, but this is a problem. It's completely wrong. Absolutely, positively wrong. And here's why. Our bodies, they run on stress. That's right. We run on stress. And, you know, and our bodies like to run on stress. The kind of stress where you're saying, am I going to have enough food to eat? And I'm going to be able to pay my bills? Are the police going to find me? And do they know where I put the bodies? So like I said, so it's stress that keeps you going. Constant stress. You want to be as stressed out as possible. As a matter of fact, if your eyes aren't completely bloodshot in the middle of the afternoon without any drinking involved, then there's something wrong with you. You need to just feel that pressure behind your eyes constantly. I mean, constantly like pushing forward, like your eyes are just gonna, did I touch the microphone? I didn't mean to. That's not a good thing you should do when you record. But anyway, so you just, that's what you want. You want to feel that pressure, your eyes just popping out, and I would take my glasses off and show you my eyes, but then you might be able to identify me to the government, and I can't do that. So that's why I wear these glasses, so you can't see my eyes. So they also say you should be around a lot of good friends. People you get along with, people who like you, people who you like, and that kind of thing. Well, people make you feel good. And I'm going to tell you something, personally, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't actually believe it at all, because in order to meet people, I'd have to go outside, and then the government would see me. So I got to stay indoors just for that reason alone. But beyond that, okay. Nevertheless, but if I wanted to hang out, I'd need to hang out with people I hate, and who hate me too. And you know why? Because when you hang out with people who you hate and who hate you, that causes more stress, and that's a good thing. The other thing is, they all say maybe you should live in a friendly community, a community where people sing jingle bells in the summer instead of the winter, like a neighborhood like that. And but I think that's wrong. Let me tell you why. You don't want to live around friendly, nice people who have no intention of breaking into your house. And here's why you don't want to live that way. You see, because if you live that way, you're going to let your guard down when you're walking outside. And your guard's going to be down, and you're going to be whistling and looking up at the clouds, or if it's at night, looking at the full moon, and it's all beautiful, and you're feeling relaxed and comfortable, and then someone's just going to stab you in the head. And that's just going to make you dizzy. When people stab you in the head, you get very, very dizzy. Very dizzy very quickly. And that's why being in a friendly neighborhood is wrong, because you let your guard down, and then people start stabbing you in the head. And you don't want that. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for me, even though I pointed at myself both times. So the way you want to live in constant danger. Where it's like a siren going off your head all the time, like ee, and it never stops. This is like ee, and it never stops. And so you have that. I think I touched the microphone again. But anyway, so you got that constant pressure behind your eyes, pushing out, and then you keep hearing ee in your head. And that's one way to live longer and look younger. They also say live longer, maybe you should eat a little bit less. This isn't about dieting. This is about, it might be about dying, but this isn't about dieting. This is more about just eating less so you can move around more, because when you're really full, you just want to lay on the couch and pass out. So they think and so if you eat a little bit less, you have more energy to move around because you don't feel as sluggish because the food's not weighing you down. And I think that is completely wrong. Here's why. If you are not eating 4 to 5 to 6 cheeseburgers a day, then you're not getting your daily allotment of grease. And without your daily allotment of grease, everything starts to stiffen up. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to explain. So let's say you made an entire package of bacon for yourself. Only yourself. And you took all those strips, I forgot, maybe there were 10, maybe 12 strips, and you put them all in the frying pan, and you fried that up. And then you eat all that bacon. Eat it. Don't even put it on a plate. Just eat it right out of the pan. You might burn your tongue. You might. I'm telling you, you might. But it's still good to do it that way, because then you don't have to do any dishes except for the pan. Anyway, so you eat it. Now you just ate 12 strips of bacon. You still have not gotten enough grease for the day. What you need to do is take all the grease in the frying pan, pour it in a cup, and then drink the whole thing. And you might be looking at me going, well, why would you need to do that? Because grease is a natural lubricant. And we need lubricants in our bodies. See, the only reason I can go like this on my arm is there's so much grease in my elbow and the inside of my body. It's like this. You ever see The Wizard of Oz and, the Tin Man? And they had to give him oil. Well, so grease and oil, we need that. Because just like the Tin Man, we'd freeze up too. So remember, after you eat your 12 slices of bacon all by yourself, drink all the grease in the pan. You might want to put them in a cup because it's hard to hold the pan. They go like that. But it'll be very good for you, and it's nourishing. Now, I've also heard that they say that you should rack your brain. And by that, they mean play chess, do some math, read a book, stuff to keep your brain active and thinking and that kind of thing. And it's just a dumb idea. It doesn't work. See, what I like to do is I will sit on my couch and just stare at a blank wall. That's right. Just stare at the blank wall and without a thought in my head. And I will do that for hours and hours and hours. And that's what keeps my brain young and fresh, because it doesn't have a thought in it at all. And that's what we should all do. You don't need to think. You don't need thoughts. You just need to stare at a blank wall for hours, and you'll be fine. And you'll be sharp as a tack. Now, they also say that you should get plenty of sleep, because sleep is good for your body. Well, maybe it is, maybe it's not. But I tend to disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. Sleep interferes with stress. It's hard to fall asleep when you're stressed, right? But when you do fall asleep, you stop feeling the stress. And that doesn't work. Again, your body needs stress. So sleep as little as possible, maybe an hour a night. 45 minutes if you can do that. They'll say that we need vitamins. That's right. That we need to have vitamins in our body. And that's a complete lie. And I can prove it's a lie. Here's why. Okay, so where do we get vitamins from? Pharmaceutical companies. So if vitamins were natural for us to take, pharmaceutical companies wouldn't have to put them in little capsules. Not at all. They wouldn't have to put them in capsules at all. We'd be able to get vitamins through nature. So that's why vitamins do not belong in our bodies, because they're artificially manufactured by pharmaceutical companies. So what that basically means is nature does not want us to have vitamins. They'll say, well, tea is good for you. Drink a little bit of tea. I'm not British. I'm an American. I can't drink tea. It's like against the law. You don't drink tea in this country. Tea is like, I don't even think you can get tea in this country. They expect me to take a boat all the way to England and go to London and England and drink some tea. I can't even afford that trip. And again, I'd have to go outside, and I'm not doing that. And the one other thing I want to bring up, the last thing is people who pretend they're healthy, right? They're all healthy and they feel good and everything else. They drink green tea. Green tea, let's be honest, green tea is disgusting. And you know what else is disgusting? When you take grass and you liquefy that little cup of grass, I don't even know what that is. It's gross. Just admit it. It's fucking gross. Even if you're taking it because you think it's doing something good for your body, which we all know it's not because it doesn't have any grease, it tastes gross, and you know it tastes gross. All right, so I think I'm kind of out of time here today. It's been great revisiting with you. I love you. You guys have been a dynamite audience, fantastic audience. Have yourselves a round of applause. Let's go.